Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to study together the third way of using ideas and information from other sources. This third way is called summarizing. You remember that we studied two ways. The first one, the quotation, and the second one was paraphrasing. In the quotation, I can quote something short or something long. So we have two different types of quotation, short quotation and long quotations. In short quotations, don't forget that we need to use the quotation marks. But in the long quotation, you leave space before and after the quote, and don't forget to indent. In paraphrasing, you read, understand the material, and then try to express it in your own words and structure. Summarizing, what about summarizing? In addition to quoting, the quotation and the paraphrasing, you can also use another way to include information from another source, which we call it summarizing. When you summarize, you have to put into your mind, my lovely students, that you don't include all the information from the source. No, there is no need actually to include all information from the source. Instead, you only use the parts that you think they are the most important. And don't forget that summaries don't contain any of your original ideas. You express the ideas that were in the source you are taken from. So there are four basic steps for summarizing. We will see together and also try to make a distinction between summarizing, paraphrasing, and direct quotation. First step is to read the source material and understand it well. Oh, it's the same, like the first basic step for paraphrasing. Also, I have to read the source material and understand it well. Okay, the second one, I decide which part of the source are the most important, the same like paraphrasing also. The third one, you put the important parts in the same order they appear in the original. When you read these three basic steps, you may think that there is no difference between paraphrasing and summarizing. But actually, there is a great difference between paraphrasing and summarizing in regard to the length of the quote you are going to write in your text. Because here in summarizing, you are going to read, understand, decide which part of the source material is the most important, both in the same order, and you paraphrase it using different grammar, different vocabulary, but the length will be smaller than the length of the text in paraphrasing. Because summary is always shorter than the original writing. In paraphrasing, if you remember, the length is similar. If the original text is 16 words, your paraphrasing could be 13 or 14 or 15, no problem. But in summary, no. Your summary for 15-word original text could be just 3 words or 4 words. If you have a 10-page article, it could be just a few paragraphs in summary. If you have 200-page book, it could be just an essay. So there is great difference in regard to the length of your text when we are talking about summarizing and paraphrasing. In summarizing, your writing will be shorter. Look at this example. This example, the original text is 101 words. If you are going to paraphrase, it could be 100, 99, 98, 97. But in summary, no, it should be just 30 words or less. Let's read together this original. Selling a product successfully in another country often requires changes in the product. Domino's Pizza offers mayonnaise and potato pizza in Tokyo and a ginger pizza in India. Heinz varies its ketchup recipe to satisfy the needs of specific markets. In Belgium and Holland, for example, the ketchup is not as sweet as in the US because dairy products are not part of Chinese diets. Frito-Lay took the cheese out of Cheetos in China and sells seafood Cheetos. Without a doubt, these products were successful in international lands only because the company realized and made fundamental changes in their products. So here the original text is 101 words. If you are going to make direct quotation, it will be long quotation with indentation and spacing before and after the text. If you are going to paraphrase, it will be, as I have just said, 190 words, 97, or something similar. But in summary, no, it could be only 30 words. Like this summary, 31 words, 31 words. Companies must adapt to their products if they want to do well in foreign markets. Many well-known companies, including Domino's, Heinz, Häagen, Dazs, and Frito-Lay, have altered their products and brought this point. When we read this summary and we read the original, we will find that the summary covers the main idea. So this summary is a true summary. It's not only an exact repeat of the specific examples. No, it's not. It's not an exact repeat of the specific example. It's not an exact repeat of the original. It includes some new grammar. For example, in the original, we find often requires changes, but here in the summary, model is used. Companies must adapt. It includes also some new vocabulary. For example, in the original text, we find words like specific, country names. In the summary, we find words like foreign markets. So if you want to summarize, you have to put into your mind the length of your summarized text. You have to make it as short as possible. And as I have explained previously, if you have 200 novels, you can summarize it in just one essay. Hope you have enjoyed our session today and you find it interesting. See you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.